Yes, people, welcome back to 1894 for a brand new Manchester City transfer video. We are once again talking about the biggest striker in world football right now, that of course is Erling Haaland. We have been pursuing the transfer of Erling Haaland for, it feels like, quite a long time now. We've made a lot of videos on this guy. A lot of news has come out over the past, particularly the last month. I think his story is starting to unravel a bit more, and it's starting to feel like it's prolonging a bit longer than we would like. But as of today, Marzio has given us another update. We have decided we're not going to cover absolutely every update from every single journalist about Erling Haaland, because unfortunately we would probably clog up your recommended pages or your subscription pages, because it's just too much. So we kind of narrowed it down to a few of the more reliable sources, and that's up to you whether you think they're reliable or not. And we decided we would cover their news. Marzio is fairly reliable, even though he has got a few things wrong, but he's fairly reliable. He's an Italian source, I believe, as well. So he is saying Man City have presented an offer to Erling Haaland. So this is kind of the first time we're hearing from Marzio anyway that City have presented an offer, and we also have a figure from him. He's being fairly specific, so he's putting his own reputation on the line with this sort of thing. He's saying an annual salary of around €30 million a year per season for 5 years. Now, we heard a couple of weeks ago that Haaland does not so much intend on staying at his next club, which we would think is City, for the rest of his career. We all know he has a massive interest in playing in Real Madrid. So 5 years would be quite a long time to tie this guy down for, and I'd be pretty happy to get this guy on a 5-year contract. He also says the offer presented by Man City also includes the release clause of €75 million plus agent commissions equals 70 million. So I think they're suggesting 70 million is going to go towards Mino Raiola and Alfie Haaland. And then he also follows it up with a small piece here saying the offer presented by Real Madrid to Erling Haaland did not fully convince the player. Raul, what are your thoughts on these pieces of information? He's giving very specific figures, but I suppose the key thing to take away from it is he is saying Haaland did not like Madrid's offer.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They don't have the money to be thrown around if they really intend on going in for Mbappe, which just seems like it's kind of done. But the Marzio, you know, kind of... I did hold him in high regard until the whole Ronaldo thing, when he was pretty much kind of set on it that he's going to see Juventus are waiting an offer and all that kind of bullshit, but it never came in. But I think now, looking at it in this sense, I mean, if he's putting his reputation on the line for this, he's putting all this, like, these figures out, the fact it's going to be a release clause, the money that's being paid towards Raiola and Alfie Haaland. I mean, he has to know something. I mean, it can't be complete horse shit. So I think having such reliable journalists coming out and saying it, you know, I mean, he's not far out. I'm pretty sure he does the stuff for Sky as well. Like, Sky will get him on to talk about it. So I think if they have him saying that kind of stuff, then there must be something to it.
In fairness now to Marzio, people are slightly discrediting him as a source because of that Ronaldo situation you spoke about, where he was saying it's done deal, he's going to City, blah, 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 and the next thing he goes to United. I will give him the benefit of the doubt in the sense that I think everybody in the world believed, every source in the world believed Ronaldo to City was a done deal, and the transition from him going to City to him going to United happened so quick. It was literally an overnight thing that maybe he was led to believe it's a done deal. People were saying it's a done deal, and then it was just one of those last minute things. It is that happens in football, you have to bear in mind. Just because reliable journalists get fed information saying one thing and then that doesn't happen, it doesn't mean the information they were originally fed is completely wrong. It was just a case of, if you guys remember, Ronaldo going from City to United wasn't a prolonged thing. It happened rapid fire. So I will give him a bit of the benefit of the doubt there, Marzio, because he is generally fairly accurate with his news. And I think, like I said, the big thing to take away here is Madrid did not basically satisfy Haaland with their offer. I don't know, is that a financial thing? I'd say it probably is. You touched on it, that they are also chasing Mbappe. We know that'll be a very pricey one. I have heard they are trying to get Benzema to possibly extend further. That comes as no surprise with his current form. And I'm sure also with Benzema's current form, Haaland is probably looking at this going, do I want to go to Madrid and compete with the world's hottest striker right now, the most unformed striker right now, Benzema, compete with him for place? Likewise, do I want to compete with Mbappe? Do I want to compete with Vinicius? I don't think so. I think that's something Haaland doesn't want. He knows he's a young player. He's got plenty of time left in his career. Does he want to spend 4 years competing for place? Or does he want to spend 4 or 5 years at City, where he's a starting player? He's guaranteed to continue his development. We know he's a fast developer. I think it's not just Madrid's financial offer, Rebel. I think it's their overall package.
Yeah, definitely. That has to be the case, in my opinion. I think he has to look at what's the best for his career at the moment as well. Like, he's going to go there, he's going to possibly win City Champions League, he's going to possibly do all this kind of stuff, win trophies all the time. Fair enough, he might do that in Madrid as well. He won't be the main guy. He won't be starting week in, week out, because you're looking at Benzema saying, like, he's the most on-form striker in the world. We watched him against Chelsea. He was fantastic. No one's taking him out of that team. It doesn't matter how much you're paying for him. You can't take him out of that team because he suits him down to the ground. Because, again, he doesn't just play as an out-and-out striker. Benzema, he's so good at dropping into the channels, basically playing almost a false nine as well, that you can't just have Haaland go in there straight away and say, look, this is that guy, this is you, Benzema, you're gone. You can't do that to such a well-established player, and Haaland will know that. I think to make the best career decision, his best career move at the moment, it's going to, even if it's not City, going to a team like City, who need an out-and-out number 9, who need to turn around and say, look, you're the man. And I think City have the best financial stance, they have the best project, they have the best way to turn around and say, he is the number 9. Let's have you.
They're saying City are offering €30 million per year, which I think would make Haaland City's top paid player. Yeah. I think it would anyway, if my maths is correct. And people will say, do we want to make this 21-year-old our highest earner? How will that affect the mindset of other players in the dressing room? I think, yes, there's some players who may be like, oh, I don't know how I feel this guy being the highest earner or earning more than me when I've won more than him, I'm more established than him in the Premier League. But there also will be a side whereby Pep will probably say to the players, and the board will probably explain to them why they're doing this, because Haaland will come in and he's guaranteed to improve not just the club's chances of winning trophies, but it will improve everybody else's stats in the pitch. I mean, just take example, the game against Liverpool on the weekend just gone. If we had a Haaland on the pitch, De Bruyne gets at least another assist or two. Other players' own stats will improve as well. He will improve everybody in the squad, and everybody's overall worth will improve. It just is a tricky one when you are offering these kind of wages to players, because there is that small potential for players to be upset or rattled by how much he's earning. And of course, then there's a small matter of 70 million, which I think will be split between Raiola and Alfie Haaland. That'll be the biggest agent fee I think I've ever heard spent. And it's a bit sickening if you think about it, really. But at the end of the day, I personally don't really give a shit. I've been a firm believer in this for a long time. If you guys are watching for a while, you know I don't care. It's not my money. I want the guy at the club. I want this guy to bring me trophies. So hopefully, if you think I'm being cynical with that, that's fine. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. We just thought we'd bring you this quick piece of news. It's only a small piece, but it seems to be that the story is unfolding. Fabrizio Romano also said this morning that we will know very soon. I know he says this all the time, Romano, but he is saying we'll know very soon about Mbappe and Haaland. So keep your ears open for that. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comments on this piece of news, about this Haaland news, the money expected City or the money City are expecting to pay for him, and of course the fact that Madrid, their offer doesn't satisfy Haaland. Get all your thoughts in down below. Please leave a like on the video. It helps us massively. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you very soon. Good night and God bless.